all, in today's video I'm going to be talking through a physics key equation with you, and I'm going to be looking at calculating kinetic energy. This appears in a couple of places for the separate physics course, but also appears in the combined physics course. Okay, so to work out kinetic energy in joules, we need to do the calculation half times mass in kilograms times speed squared in meters per second. Okay, it's really important that we remember to square the speed. Okay, this is also written as Ke equals half times m times v squared, where Ke is equal to kinetic energy, m stands for mass, and the v stands for speed, or if we're talking in a vector quantity, we're talking about velocity. Okay, so this can go into a formula triangle similar to the ones we've done before, but it does look a little bit different because we have three factors here. So it would look like this. Ke along the top, and then half times m times v squared along the bottom. We can use it exactly the same as the others that we've used. So let's have a little look. So if I cover up m to work out mass, what we actually get is kinetic energy divided by half times v squared. So we'd actually work out this calculation first, and then the kinetic energy would be divided by that answer. Okay, if we want to work out what kinetic energy is, that's obviously what we've had above. So kinetic energy is half times m times v squared. And then finally, if we want to work out velocity squared, what we need to do is velocity squared equals the kinetic energy divided by half times m. And again, that's the calculation we do first, and divide kinetic energy by that. However, this answer gives us the answer for v squared. Okay, so we'd actually have to square root that answer in order to work out what v is. Okay, let's have a little look at an example of using this equation now. Okay, so the question is, calculate the kinetic energy of a 5 kilogram object travelling at 10 meters per second. So it wants us to work out kinetic energy. It's given us the mass, and it's also then given us the speed, or the velocity. Okay, so we want to work out kinetic energy. How do we do that? Let's have a look at our formula triangle. Okay, so our formula triangle, we had kinetic energy at the top, and then we had half times m times v squared. Okay, so cross out Ke because that's what I want to work out. This is the calculation we're left with. So kinetic energy is half times m times v squared. Okay, substituting the numbers that we have above, kinetic energy is equal to half times the mass, 5 kilograms, times the speed. Remember, we need to square that. Okay, so what I would do if I was typing this into a calculator to simplify it, I'd actually use the value 0.5 rather than half, times 5 times 10 squared. Okay, so obviously 10 squared is 100, so it would be 0.5 times 5 times 100. Okay, and then actually your answer would be 250. Now we're talking about energy, so your units are joules, and your answer is 250 joules.